With that being said, I will turn it over to Dr. Leverett for her to walk us through the process that she has developed with her team.
All right. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I am really excited to share this process with you and the central office support, and how we came up with the walkthrough process is really exciting because it ties into the conversation that we had in December around the scorecard. And again, as Superintendent Williams said, how are we setting our schools up for success? And how do we bridge the gap in terms of turnaround with central office knowing and understanding what is going on in the schools, and how do we support them in an ongoing relationship? And so there have been several opportunities for...
It's not working.
Uh-oh. No, it's not working. There have been several opportunities for teaching, learning, and leadership throughout the district, and I don't consider this to be anything new. This is just a way that we have reorganized ourselves to be of better service to our schools. And so one of the ways that we have participated in this, and we have done this in the past as a district, is the Aspiring Principals Leadership Academy that is offered through Oakland Schools. And it's a year-long process that anyone that aspires to a leadership position has an opportunity, is afforded that opportunity, and they submit a resume to my office, a cover letter, I review their credentials, have a conversation, et cetera, and then write a letter of support to Dr. Chafee at Oakland Schools. And so this year, I believe last year we had 2 participants that are wrapping up and getting ready to graduate from the cohort from last year. And this year, we have 4 aspiring leaders that are participating in this format through Oakland Schools. This is another opportunity for our district leaders that is ongoing. Last year, we participated in instructional rounds. I was part of this learning opportunity. This is being repeated again at Oakland Schools this year with Dr. Chafee, and all of our administrators have registered and are attending the instructional rounds. The Principals Network. This, again, is an opportunity for our administrators to participate, collaborate, network, and also to be able to be at the table with other leaders at Oakland County Schools to share all the great things, their expertise that is going on in our district. And so I afforded this opportunity to the non-priority school principals to attend the Principals Network training this year. So we have representation for our non-priority school principals participating this year. And then, of course, you know, we have monthly principals learning visits. And last year, all of the visits, they were here at the boardroom, and they were more administrative in nature. And this year, we took a little different approach. And there was initially some anxiety about this new approach. But I believe after the first visit, the principals were really sold on it, because it's really about, you know, oftentimes administrators are in their buildings and they don't have an opportunity, with the exception of administrators' meetings, to actually go into another school, visit those classrooms, see instruction through a different lens, and be able to talk and have those conversations around what are the best practices taking place at your school, what is your story. So they are able to do that on the ground at those school sites. So, for example, this Wednesday, our principals meeting is going to be hosted at Peace by Ms. Bodrick and her staff. And the format, there's always a welcome, and then the principal or her school team, they share their story with the focus around the data. because all the conversations and everything that we do as a district is focused on data, is focused on school culture and climate, and that's identified in our district improvement plan as well as our each school's improvement plan, and now with the implementation of the scorecard. And then we assemble for a school walkthrough. And so the principals talk candidly with us about, here are some challenges that we have here, but also here are some great things that are going on at our building as it relates to students. And then we come back as a team and we debrief. And this year we have started a book study, the Leadership Challenge, and we're currently on chapter 5 and chapter 6. And so this is somewhat of a different format, but it's focused on teaching, learning, and leadership, and is really focused on taking a deeper look into what's going on at all of the schools and being able to have that conversation and talk about how we can support our colleagues in looking at some real data and having some real critical conversations. So this has been really an exciting part of the work. Oh, thanks.
Somebody call security.
The central office learning visits, you have 3 additional attachments, and those attachments that are in your packet consist of the teams that are configured for the central office walkthroughs. You should also have a calendar for the remainder of our meetings this school year. Our next meeting is actually this Friday, where we will meet, and Mrs. Williams and Mrs. Smith, along with Ms. Bell, are going to facilitate the meeting Friday. We're going to take a deeper dive into, we have had lots of professional development. Last year and this year, that professional development is continuing, but I did want to share, if you could just pass those around. These are professional development opportunities that the building level administrators have had at Oakland schools, and we continue to have those conversations. And most recently, Ms. Williams and Mrs. Smith, our math and data coordinators, they are the residential experts on this whole data dialogue process. So they are going to take our central office team through that process this Friday, so that as we move the work forward and we begin to gather data, that we have an organized approach in terms of how we are going to support our schools. And so with that being said, that is our goal and our purpose, to build the district capacity. And when we talk about the rapid turnaround and the scorecard, all of this work is connected. We are in collaboration with Oakland County project leaders and Oakland County consultants. If you look on that list, they are part of the team. And we have 4 learning visits that we still need to do for the rest of the school year. And at the beginning, we started with just priority schools, and then superintendent said, wait a minute, Dr. Leffer, you guys have to visit all the schools. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And so we have visited all of the schools in our district. As you can see, again, I want you to take a look at that team, those teams that we have assembled, because it is so important. We have the head of maintenance and operations, we have Ms. Topin, HR, we have our consultants, Mr. Wordley and Dr. Weatherspoon from the Michigan Department of Education. It's just a diverse team that has visited the buildings, and they've given great testimonials as to the work that needs to be done, but also many, many great celebrations and great things happening in our district that we should be proud of. And so that is how we have governed ourselves as a team, and how we plan to move forward to support our schools this year.